If you've ever played a Bethesda game before, you know just how goofy their game engine is. It's broken, clunky, and most definitely outdated. And the most recent Bethesda game, Starfield, apparently uses the exact same game engine. But there's one thing I have to give credit to, and that's the fact that the game's physics are extremely fun. When the game's physics are really goofy and fun, you should already know I'm gonna find a way to break it to the best of my ability. Or at least that's what I thought I could do. Out of all the things that's broken in Starfield, surprisingly the physics engine isn't really even one of those. Out of all the bugs I saw during my time playing the game, most of them were related to NPCs not knowing the difference between a table or the floor, or just some random civilian giving me the reverse Kubrick stare while I was walking down the street. And really the only thing that was related to the physics of the game was when some objects kept getting blasted to the moon. Why the hell is that? Where did my sandwich go? What? Where did my sandwich go? Well, that's really just my experience with it at least. Now, you might be asking what the objective of today's video is. Well, in one of the trailers before Starfield launched, there's a developer who showed that they like to collect sandwiches. And then the camera pans to a beautiful mural full of sandwiches stacked on top of each other.
I steal all the sandwiches and put them, in my cargo hold that I have specifically for sandwiches.
Now, with how bad Starfield's optimization is, I'm guessing this takes quite a beefy computer if you wanted to attempt to stack hundreds of sandwiches on a singular table. But I'm gonna attempt it and hope that my PC doesn't blow up midway through stacking the sandwiches. But full disclosure, I don't have the type of computer to run this game at max graphics. I'm currently sitting on medium at the moment and I still can't get past 5 frames when playing the game. And the thing is, my PC isn't even that bad either. I'd say it's a pretty decent mid-range computer.
You may need to upgrade your PC for this game, but it's got a lot of great stuff going on in it and the fans are responding awesome.
Which just goes to show how bad this game really is for people who can't afford to spend 50,000 bucks on a PC. My game practically looks like something out of the PlayStation 2 era of gaming. But that aside, I still want to see if I can run over 100 sandwiches and perhaps a little more. And if there's one thing I like to do in most of the games I play, it's by doing the exact opposite of what's being asked of me. The game wants me to find a hidden artifact and unlock the secrets of the universe. Well, screw that, I want to build a sandwich mural on my spaceship that's drifting in the vast emptiness of space. But first I had to find some sandwiches. And many sandwiches. My guess was that the best way to get sandwiches was just by going to a bunch of random places that was populated with humans and hopefully find a bunch of them left throughout the world. Yeah, we'll definitely block them with these hands. Look at that. I don't know why everybody hates me all of a sudden, but sure, I guess. I'd appreciate it if you guys could not kill me. Where is she going? Where are you going? Oh, you're really outsmarting me now. That's enough. Wait, why does this guy have After finding only one, yes, only one sandwich after almost a half an hour of searching, I decided to look up some places I could buy them on Google. And 2 of the places I could find them were both in a city called Neon. Now, for some reason, after coming back to my save, I'd somehow made the authorities really mad. They wouldn't even let me surrender either, so all I could do was run around like a fugitive on crack and eventually get to the place where there were some sandwiches I could find. And by some, I mean one, because the vendor only sold a singular sandwich for some strange reason. Like, imagine running a restaurant that only sold a single sandwich. Like, where is your business coming from? Do you just order like a singular sandwich from Uber Eats and then just leave it there in your fridge for the whole week, hoping somebody would eventually come and buy that singular sandwich? You get the point. So naturally, when watching the trailer, I assumed you could get the sandwiches the normal way by just buying them or finding them throughout the game. But boy oh boy, was I wrong. After looking at the places where I could find more sandwiches, I saw that I could find 2 whole sandwiches in a place called Achilles City. After landing there and searching for an entire eternity, I finally found the place that Google mentioned. And there it was, a sandwich just sitting there blissfully unaware that it was about to be used and abused for the next 45 minutes to come. After finding out that the vendor here sold only one singular sandwich again, I opted to just steal one of them that were laying down on a plate. But you see, it would have been easy if Bethesda didn't make it so that when you just even pick up the sandwich, you'd be called out and have the authorities called over. But I guess it's kind of a nice detail that they added. But at this very moment, this was nothing more than a hindrance to me, because now it meant that I couldn't carry it over to a corner the usual way and steal it while out of sight. But my unwavering will to collect this sandwich didn't falter. I racked my big brain and came up with a plan to work around this system. After racking my noodle in only mere split seconds like a true pro gamer, I figured out that the physics system allowed me to move any object around using other objects that I could pick up and wave around. And so I thought of using the fork that was close by and scoop it down into a bowl where I could carry it away where no one would see me take it. I know, no need to applaud. That was pretty big brain, I do have to admit. Okay, I'm out of ideas. Might want to get down from there. Where I get rowdy. You want to see me when I'm rowdy. Alright, this time we put it right there. And then we take the spoon. Yes. Take it, and then we scoop it this way. It's morphing into the table, but that's fine. No way. Oh, yeah, boys, actually way too smart for this game. But although the strategy itself wasn't that bad, it was still very difficult to actually keep the sandwich in the bowl while I was using it. Because for some reason when walking around with the bowl and the sandwich, it just kept slipping out of the bowl for absolutely no reason. I'm guessing the atoms were feeling a little loosey-goosey that day and went off on a walk since the bowl had absolutely no structural integrity whatsoever and just kept letting the sandwich slip through like a little weasel. After struggling for almost 30 minutes, I found a really deep cooking pot that seemed like it had some more structural integrity. And yeah, it did, because after 2 tries I actually managed to take it out of sight and steal it while no one was watching. You see, the problem is we gotta crouch. That's the key. Oh yes, we've broken the matrix, guys. Oh yes, look at that, we finally did it. Holy, all this hard work just for a singular sandwich was wild. So after looking how long I've been playing the game for and seeing that it had been almost 2 hours and I only managed to find 3 sandwiches and 1 half-eaten one, I realized that it would take a stupendous amount of time to actually do this normally. Time that I didn't really feel like dumping into the game, mainly because my motivation to play the game was already quite shaky. So I searched up if I could use a method to get that many sandwiches almost instantly. And you guessed it, it's console commands. One of the many wonders of Bethesda games.
All of this just works.
And yes, I admit it is a bit lazy, but did you really think I was gonna play this game for 40 hours just to collect enough sandwiches to fill up an entire table with them? And so I figured out how to give myself many sandwiches and lay them out on the ground while I proceeded to stack them all on the table of my spaceship. And yes, I did this 100 times. I was determined to see the sandwich mural through and also see if my PC could handle all 100 of them. And to my surprise, it actually could. I dropped them all and only experienced some minor frame drops during the entire stacking of the sandwiches. Although that said, I didn't have many frames to work with in the first place, so I'm guessing if I had like 60 frames, I'd probably feel the impact of the drop a little bit more. Now, after seeing that my PC was in fact equipped to handle 100 of them, naturally I had to push it to its limits and see if I could do more. I then proceeded to spawn over 1,000 sandwiches all at once using the spawn command, and then all of the sandwiches proceeded to fall over the edge of my spaceship because I realized that I should probably do it where the ground is a little bit more stable. So I flew to a different planet, put the command in, and surprisingly my PC didn't explode after 1,000 sandwiches. And so I celebrated that fact by spawning 10,000 sandwiches. And yeah, at this point I was struggling a little. To be honest, I'm happy I got to stack my full table of sandwiches, but looking at these sandwiches over here, you realize that they're just sandwiches. 10,000 of them, drifting on a rock in the vast emptiness of space. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 10,000 sandwiches, what you clicked on this video for. It wasn't really that impactful. I guess now you know what 10,000 sandwiches looks like in Starfield, so that's kind of cool, right? That deserves a like and subscribe. Surely, right? I know I said I was gonna post this video yesterday already, but it took a little longer to edit than I thought it would. But here it is, I guess. Anyways, thanks if you watched the entire video. I really appreciate that. And if you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe button. It'll look great on your college application.